Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files.
Leading as stealthily as they can, a small crew, a crack squad, one may say.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how clumsy does Lucasta look? Stealth best we can, be ready for anything. What are the chances that they had rope and a ladder?
So if you think you can handle the ladder, we'll take the weapons.
You do what you set out to do, and the MC will offer you a better outcome, true beauty, or a moment of grace.
Up until this point, Carter he's been skeptical of you.
What's my best way in?
I tie the rope between us with a lot of slack.
Okay.
You're not dying today, Matt. You're not dying today. Do you guys think that we're going to be able to reach the ladder directly to the roof?
You hear a boot slide in gravel on the roof that you're trying to get to.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Oh.
She's sitting there like, what are you doing?
You've got the floor.
Friends, hold the ladder. I'm going across. I forgot the word for radio for a second. I'm sure that could be fixed in post.
So I'm not necessarily trying to kill him, but just like knock him out. I forgot that she carries a big knife on her.
Dude, we don't want to kill you, but we will if we have to. Come on.
Rex, you're lying on your back, and as your eyes kind of flitter open and you see through the fog of being unconscious, you see not Bravo's face, but the face of Papa Tucson.
Hey, Papa, what's
Rex,
got a bit of a headache right there.
I would expect you gave us quite a scare with that, running through the wall thing.
Did I pass?
Through the wall, yes.
The test.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
What do you know about my sister? How did you guys get that brain wave into there?
Your sister? Papa
Yeah,
Tucson is confused.
It wasn't you guys sending a mind message down into me?
And you kind of look over Papa Tucson, he grabs a chair, takes a seat. This is about the time, Rex, that you realize that you are restrained to a bed.
Oh.
As you try to roll or sit up a little bit to keep focus on him. That's when you realize that you are strapped down.
So, can we loosen these up a little?
And Papa Tucson, he drags the chair over, sits in it backwards, and goes, Rex, no.
Oh.
We went under all this testing to learn something about you. And something through all this testing didn't seem to work out until we got right to the very end. It was a beautiful show when you demonstrated for us your fantastic ability, the explosively psychic power that hurtled you through the wall. The only thing that I'm concerned about is while we were monitoring you, you were clearly communicating with someone else.
Yeah, with the mind brain person you sent to me.
How did you get in touch with them?
That's what I want to know. How did you guys send the mind wave brain person to me? Gave me some weird kid surrounded by a bunch of, I don't know, birds?
Papa Tucson is thinking, gritting his teeth a little bit. He goes, Rex, there are many things that we've learned to do and many things that we've yet to learn. And having people from outside of our testing rooms reaching out, or our patients in them reaching even further out, contaminates everything.
We probably shouldn't, put people in that room anymore then.
Well, we can't do that anymore, because there's a giant hole in the wall!
I'm sorry, Papa. I thought it was part of the test. I thought you were trying to get me to, go through the wall.
And Papa Tucson is getting a bit more control over himself. It's been a long day. It's late in the night. You wouldn't know this, but you know, I guess I really can't blame you for that. We did push you. Now the thing I'm wondering is, what did you learn? What were you told while we were pushing you? Well, you were talking to this person.
Oh, my sister is, she's on like a snow train, I think. You know anything about a snow train?
He goes, maybe. I don't know, there's plenty of old trains that run at one point or another. Rex.
That's all I got.
Really?
Sister in a snow train, yep.
So, if you had some guy in there, in your vision or wherever, however you felt it, was it as if the walls faded away or as if it was all in your head?
The former, I think.
Okay. So you the walls fade away and you see this guy and he says, "Hey, so, yo, Rex, good buddy, good pal. Your sister is on a train." And your first thought is, "Cool. Let's run through a wall?"
Well, like, you know, you cage the bear's gonna break out of the cage.
Rex, we're so close. We did the physical tests. There's nothing ultimately strange about you. We did the mental tests. And again, ultimately nothing strange about you.
That's good. I was worried I failed that one.
And the one thing where you do end up weird, you somehow break through every fortification we have in that room, and someone connects to you from the outside. And they tell you your sister is somewhere, and that's enough to get you to break through a wall. To run out of a room screaming with psychic energy.
Yeah, I guess maybe so.
He goes, "Rex, do you know how you do what you do?"
You know, I think I don't. But, you know what? I think I can keep doing it until I die. Because I believe I can keep doing it.
I didn't realize Rex was such a positive person about self-image. and
Put that on a poster.
I believe I can do it till I die. Papa Tucson, he breathes heavily out of his nostrils. It's a Rex, you want what's best for this city, right?
Yeah, of course.
And if you don't know how you can do this, how can we expect you to be able to teach or show anyone else how to do what you do?
Oh, I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can believe hard enough.
Rex, I think it may be just that you don't believe hard enough.
No, I'm pretty sure I've broken through walls 3 times now.
You don't believe in yourself as a teacher, as an educator. Maybe it's just a lack of motivation. What do you think would motivate you, Rex?
Ooh. My sister.
Bingo.
Oh, also my ex-girlfriend, too, apparently. And, one of those, cops that was just interrogating me as well. Maybe it comes from other people.
We can cut the crap. Okay? There's no one in this room pretending that we know you're not from the outside. Okay? You said that bright as day, but you had to have had a reason to come and break through the wall of our city and come in here, okay? Now, if you're not going to be of use to us and show us how you are able to do what you can do, maybe we do need to bring your sister here. Maybe she can motivate you.
Well, you know, I could just keep being a good, cop.
Rex, I didn't get where I am today by trusting people.
Okay. Neither did I.
Then you should understand why I don't trust you.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I've also been the right-hand man before. So, you know, I get it.
Then you know why I have to get answers. And you know that I'm willing to do just about anything to get them. Just about anything to secure this position.
Sorry. Right. Yeah. Does that mean there's going to be another test, or,
Not tonight. We need to go and get some motivating factors before we can perform our next test.
You can get that one guard who didn't believe me in here again.
Oh my. Rex, can I level with you?
Sure.
It's cool. It's cool that you can break through walls. There's nothing that can stop you. Absolutely nothing. I don't think I could stop you if you really wanted to try. But see, the problem is, I don't just want one of you. I want an army of you.
I don't know if that's possible.
And he goes, frankly, neither do I. But we won't know until we try, will we? And he stands up from his chair that he's been kind of scooting around the room, I guess, a little bit as he gets frustrated. And he goes towards the door of this room.
Wait,
And he stops.
can I be let out?
And he goes, you know, Rex, when you were in that room and we were listening, or I guess we were testing you, and we heard through the microphones, the cameras that were watching you, that you needed to get your sister, or you needed to escape. You did. And I think with that in your head, you're a bit too much of a flight risk for my taste. So not tonight. And he walks out the door.
Whew. I was about 80% sure he was going to start cutting into Rex's brain, so I'd say that went really well.
As we hear the door click shut into the room that Rex is in, we snap back over to Davo and Bryce. I will forever say it that way on accident. When we
Davo and Bryce.
We swap back over to...
I like how you started. You even started off, you said Dov, and then you stopped, and then said Davo and Bryce, and continued as if you changed what you were saying.
We snap back over to Bravo and Dice on the roof of the building. If I remember correctly, Bravo, you just rolled a seducer manipulate. Is that correct? Or did you roll aggro?
No, it was manipulate, and I got a mixed success
Alrighty.
to try to get him to stop struggling. Either way, I think we have enough control of him that we can start tying him up. I'd take off my shoe, take off a sock, stuff it in his mouth, and gag him.
Yep. And I think that's kind of how it shakes out, right? Y'all have the upper hand on him. But he's not gonna surrender. He's not surrendering. So, if y'all want to restrain him, you absolutely can.
Would like to, yes. We've got rope.
Yes.
I'm going to go over to the stairwells, the doors that come up to the roof, and grab some little bits of wire and whatnot from my pack, or from my work belt, and try to jam them. When we need to run for it, I don't want the guards chasing us.
Okay. Whoever is restraining the guard, I'd like them to do something under fire. That something is going to be restraining him without getting hurt.
Seeing how I'm the one that's got him... I don't have him pinned to the ground. He technically has me pinned to the ground, but also in restraining distance.
In a sense, I knew what I was doing. In a much realer sense, I did not.
This is different. This is different dice. Let's see if they treat me better. That's an 8.
Alrighty. So, Dice, you are able to restrain him. In the process, he struggles. And you would take 1 harm, but you have armor. So, but yes. So we have a guard restrained on the roof, tied up and gagged.
Woo.
Do you want Dahlia and Carter to both stay on the previous roof, or do you want one of them to come with you?
Let's have one of them come.
Let's have one of them come with.
Okay.
Let's have Dahlia. I mean, Carter came in a red shirt, and he seems a little heavier.
I was gonna say we could roll it, pick even or odds, Dahlia Carter.
No, I want Dahlia.
Okay.
Alrighty, cool.
Yeah.
So you all beckon over. Dahlia comes up across the ladder. It's the 3 of you now on the roof. The roof of this building has some machinery on it, right? It's a gravel-based roof. There's some like low retaining walls that you've hopped over, and you're familiar with this. There is one door that Bravo is currently jammed that has what it looks like a door for roof access from the main building, and there's like a couple of like HVAC like top units up here as well.
So there's only the
There's
one
only
door
the one
that
door
comes
that
up
comes
here?
up here. Yes.
Okay. I am going to creep over to the southeast corner, closest to room number 5
Okay.
that
Yep.
we were told it's likely that
Yes.
Rex is in. And I'm going to peer over the edge and see if there are any windows that don't have bars over them.
So you see, so there are windows. They don't have bars, but it looks like the inside has been walled over, not the outside. This does ring with the like kind of description that you were given of like the mental testing or the psychic testing rooms, I guess, where they're completely enclosed. So it looks like you can guess you're probably in the right area.
Okay, but the windows,
I guess actually,
do they go through? You said they're walled over on the inside? Like, are they bricked over?
Actually, so I stand corrected. because I'm looking at the map again. So you're looking through these windows. They're not barred. They're on the second story. They look to be totally fine. They go into a hallway that's adjacent to the room. And again, you would know this
Okay.
from the description you were given. I just looked at the map wrong. That is correct.
Not barred. Okay. All right. I have a crazy idea. With some of the remaining rope I have, I'm going to measure it out so that it comes down to being just above where the window hangs. So that when I hang it down, it's not going to be visible to anyone looking out the window. I'm going to tie a nice knot on the end and a few knots in it. And then tie the other end to like a big heavy something up here, like an air conditioning unit or something that's not going to move. So I'm building a rope ladder that we can use to escape. Actually, instead of having it be above, because that would be super hard to climb up, I'm just going to have it go down next to the window. So we'll be able to step over to it.
Okay. You can do that for sure.
Put our little escape route in place. And now I want to investigate the air conditioning equipment and see if there's any way we can get into a vent that's big enough to crawl in from up here. Shall I roll to read a sitch?
Go for it.
I got a 10. I want to know, what is the best way in?
So you're a savvy head. You know your way around machinery and around things. You're pretty certain that if you wanted to, you could like open a gap and get through some of this ducting with the air conditioning thing. However, you know Dice is not going to fit her medical stuff through that small of a gap.
Interesting.
The best way in for you, sure, go through the vents. You're totally familiar with machinery. Best route for everyone may not be the best route for you alone.
Dice, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm sitting here. We've got the radio from the guard,
Yes.
and we still have the radio on us.
Yes.
Because we've got 2 radios.
Yes.
But if we talk through them, there's a very good chance it's going to be heard. I assume they're monitoring
Option 1.
all frequencies.
We split up.
But we almost have the party back
I know.
together.
And
I'm so torn. Aaron, as a player, am so torn between the desire to not split the party and the desire to do a scene where I'm crawling through an air duct.
Dice can also drop her stuff. We just have to come back to get it. Well,
That's true. We could even leave
she can leave the
Dahlia
stuff.
up here with it.
She can just leave it.
So, sorry. Also,
We just won't have any more for the entirety of New Pittsburgh.
yeah, to give you some context, right? So you can go through the ducts. They'll get you into a couple of different rooms in there, but you don't know which ones. If you go through the stairwell, you will end up in room 3. So that's the northeast corner of the building. So that's context for like where the stairwell is.
And if we go in through the ducts, we don't know which
accurate.
way it'll take us. Am I crazy that I want to go in through the ducts?
I mean, no, but I'm just hesitant to leave.
Here's what we can do.
Okay, I guess I have a question for the MC in this. So she currently has 6 stocks worth of stuff.
Yes.
If she drops half of it, would you allow her through the vents too?
Let me look really quick.
If our escape route is back up through the roof,
Here's a crazy idea. what if we tie it to the end of the ladder?
To hold the ladder so
Because-
Carter can come?
No, or sorry, to the rope ladder I just made. Because my thought is, we're gonna need your medical stuff if Rex is injured to be able to get him out. Because he's too heavy.
He's too heavy to keep.
We can't carry him.
I will let you bring one stock. I'll let you bring one stock if you want to bring it with you. And this is why I say it, because you read the Angel Kit, it says it's big enough to fill the trunk of a car.
It's a lot of stock, which is why I was also considering, do I have it all with me on this mission now? This is kind of retconning and going back, but we don't have to do that.
Well,
and I can just say she has all of her stuff on her because we didn't establish that already.
Up until this point, I've kind of been assuming that, like, Dice keeps her medical stuff in the equivalent of, like, a hiking bag, like a hiking backpack. Something about that size, you know, like, you said you were a field medic, so that would be what you're familiar with. Like, it's big enough to hold everything you need, but it's too bulky for this specific, like, tight space.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You can just take the top part off the backpack and tie it around like a fanny pack?
And then leave the rest of the backpack.
I would allow that. I would allow you to take one stock's worth of stuff.
Okay.
Dahlia, could you stay up here, listen to the radio, and if you hear someone closing in on us through the radio, just give confusing messaging so they think that they need to split up and go in different directions?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
If she stays, I'll leave my backpack
She's
with
waiting
her.
for the Wilhelm scream.
I show her how she could unblock the door if she needs to. I'm like, okay, here, I'll leave this little hammer with you. You just hit right here, pull this wire out, and the door will come open. If we start banging on the door, the secret passcode is Tango.
Okay. I mean, I was totally prepared for help. Good heavens, they're all after us. Open the door, please, 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 please. But that works too. I will listen for Tango.
That's what they want you to hear. That's how they get you.
Alrighty.
Okay. I'll leave my backpack with Dahlia. Take one stock with me.
Let's do this. We're
Okay,
going in
so,
the air vents.
Bravo, you take your tools, and you're able to crack open like a maintenance panel almost on one of these guys. You have access. Now, do you have?
I do the little thing to make the fan stop spinning.
Yeah, you stick like a tiny piece of metal in there. Do you have any moves that you think would help you navigate this area?
Yes. I've been so excited about my new moves that I haven't been paying attention to my savvy head stuff. Well, I did for my sitch. I was saying, what's the best?
Yeah, so you'll take.
What's the best route in? And I still have two more questions. I think,
oh yes,
I rolled a
you
10.
will. So you'll take a +1 forward on whatever you do, in the duct work, I guess. But yeah, what other questions do you have that we can answer before we?
What should I be on the lookout for, and what's my enemy's true position?
Okay, so I'm going to answer those in inverse order. 1, enemy's true position. Finding the guard on the roof confirmed the suspicions of Talia that this building is on high alert. So your enemy will be inside this building, 100%. They're not around. It's not somewhere else. They are in here.
Okay.
And your other one was, what do you need to be on the lookout for?
Yeah. Like, are there alarm systems that might be tripped or something like that? Maybe I recognize some equipment on the top of the roof that means, oh, they're using this kind of system.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so we'll go with that. You need to be on the lookout for alarm systems, more or less. You see, as you kind of poke around before you head in there, you see there's cameras mounted on the corners, like each of the corners of this building. They're all pointed down at the ground because they wouldn't expect normally anyone to get up here on the roof. But there appears to be actual security for this building.
Yeah. Okay.
As we're kind of ducking into
the duct.
The vents, ducking into the duct.
Or ducting in.
Can Dice try to open her brain to psychic maelstrom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. All right. So she has the Sixth Sense move, which allows her to roll sharp instead of weird.
Dang.
As my advancement, I took an extra to sharp, so now I've got a +3. That is an 8.
An 8. Okay.
With her having used healing touch on Rex, she was like, maybe we got a connection.
Okay. So yes. So so you as you're crawling in, you're going behind Bravo. Bravo's in front, and you just kind of open your brain. You open to the feeling. It's that longing for Rex to reunite with the whole party, to make sure that everyone's safe, accounted for, whole. And you get this feeling. You get the feeling you need to go north and not south to find him.
Oh.
Okay. I will relay that information to Bravo. Listen, I have a gut feeling that we need to head more in a northward direction, that he's not in that original room we thought he was in.
Well, about a lot of good that rope ladder's gonna be. Okay, we're crawling through ducts. I'm trying to be very quiet.
Quiet.
Yes. Okay. So you don't really know how this place is laid out or how it's gonna work with the ducting, anyways.
Are we seeing a lot of guards as we go?
So you see a couple of guards, yes, as you go. You're peeking through like little areas, and you see you peg like one or two unique guards, kind of making rounds and going around here. I do, however, want to figure out exactly where you land before I give you explicit detail on that. So
Yeah.
on this map, let's see, what are there? 13 rooms, 14 rooms. Okay.
14, I think.
I think it looks like there's just 14. Roll 2d6 plus 1, and that's what room you end up in. Or at least that's the room that you are able to navigate yourself to.
Rooms 1 and 2 are off limits. We got a 8.
Okay, where is
That's
eight?
pretty far
Eight is
north.
there. Okay, so Bravo. So you're shimmying your way through the ducting. It's kind of a confusing maze, and you end up at like an end of the line kind of area. You look through the grill. This room appears to be some kind of like drafting or engineering room. There's computers in here. You see you see like a bin of like blueprints and design, like schematic plans. There's computer terminals up with different like save screens. Some of them have the like logo bouncing around from edge to edge. Every 144 bounces it hits.
Wait, does it hit the corner?
I need
Roll a D144.
I need a okay, Google definitely won't let me do this, but virtual dice roller, I need one die, sides on the dice, 144.
If it hits 77.
43,
That's how you
unfortunately, no.
Dang it. So close.
No.
Okay. How many people are there in this room?
There is no one in this room.
Do the doors look like I could lock them?
Probably. I don't know. You're still in the ducts. You're peeking through vent
I
grates.
know. Okay. I whisper to Dice. I'm like, okay, clearly he's not in this room, but this is a chance for us to figure out what that weapon is, possibly. And I very quietly, carefully try to crawl out the vent.
Okay. I think you can do so. Like you're paying enough effort and attention to this.
I will follow right behind him.
I go over to the doors and I see if I can lock them. Are there locks? This isn't like a lock, like a fingerprint scan thing or anything, right?
No,
are there just manual locks? Okay.
Yep.
I lock them both. Are there windows in them? Can people see in from the outside? Are there cameras in this room?
Uno momento, por favor.
Hey, for those of you who don't know, we actually do have a Twitter. It's at Aaron Ignota, AARONIGNOTA. If you go there and you follow us, you'll be able to get updates and things about the show that you wouldn't get just listening to it otherwise. So go there and check it out and you'll stay in the loop.
Once upon a time, in a forest not far from the quaint little village of North Frampton, there was a small cottage with a wise and beautiful witch who lived with her cute little animal familiars. There was Opal, a clever but chaotic crow with an opal necklace who loved to hunt for shiny things. There was Reginald the magpie, with his favorite orange knitted beanie, a quick lad who liked to be the handy bird, as he said, and, Mr. Slimy the toad. Everything was nice and lovely one crisp October evening until you heard a bang and a scream, and you ran outside and you saw a witch hunter murder your witch and run away, and now the witch is dead. But wait, you've heard something she said once. You remember it, Mr. Slimy. She told it to you once. She said if this day ever came, to bring the eyes of whoever murdered her and to perform the ritual to bring her back. But you have to be fast. If you wait too long, her magic will be gone from this land. And so might you be.
The Witch is Dead, a 4-part miniseries coming to systems soon.
Thank you so much for all of those who have been listening to this podcast. If you would just be able to go and subscribe on whatever platform it is, or share, send us a review or a voice message even on Anchor, that would be wonderful. We love hearing from you, and we love to see your feedback, and we want to make sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. That would be a true tragedy. So go ahead and do that. And I think that's everything. So we'll get back to the show now.
I guess that's the first question I should have asked because I knew I was supposed to be looking.
Are
at
there
the
cameras? Can they see us?
The one time that I haven't been looking for cameras.
Are there cameras in this
There are
room?
not cameras in this room.
Yay! Okay. And no windows in the door?
There are windows in the door. Think of these like schoolroom doors.
Sneaky, sneaky, duck below the doors to lock them.
Yep. And I take two pieces of paper from the printer and I tape them over the
Okay.
the window. I mean, it's less suspicious than seeing us.
You're not wrong there.
Now here's the big moment. Computers, are they
Yes, they are computers.
password protected? Are they password protected? Come on, I hit a key, see if it turns on.
They are. They are password protected.
Ah! Betrayed by my own kin. All right. Okay, look around. Just look for any sticky notes, any passwords written down. I'm looking.
Dice is looking. Rummaging.
Okay. Act under fire. You got to do this fast. You don't know when someone's gonna come and see a suspicious piece of paper they didn't see on the door before.
Yeah.
Both of us
All
are
right.
one with help.
However you like to do it. It depends on how you want to tie your fates.
I have a +3, so
With help.
I know you have a +0.
Yeah.
8.
I rolled a 7 for help.
Okay. So you end up with a 9.
So it's a mix.
Okay. Yeah. So So tell me, what exactly are you looking for in this room?
I am trying to look for a way into the computers, but just real quickly because I have a backup plan if it doesn't work. Like this is like a ultra quick scan looking for post-it notes.
Yeah, so you look around, you're not finding anything like super obvious where it's like the password is, I love New Pittsburgh, written on a sticky note as you would in like Resident Evil or whatever.
Less than 3, us or them.
What?
Us or them, it's the
Oh yes.
it's the motto. Us or them, less than 3, 1984.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, yeah. So a quick scan doesn't herald it. You might be able to find something if you look for longer.
No, screw that. I'm using one of my savvy head moves for once. Things speak. Whenever you handle or examine something interesting, roll plus weird. On a hit, you can ask the MC
Okay.
questions. 4, 6. That's a 10
Good
plus
heavens.
3.
Okay, ask 3 questions.
Your rolls.
Yeah. Yes. All right, my first question. what has been done most recently with this or to this?
And you're referencing the computer?
The computer.
Okay.
Yes.
Most recently, this computer was used to access the database that they have and to print out a most recent revision of schematics to be shipped off somewhere else in this facility.
Okay. What words have been said most recently nearby this?
To continue the saga of printer problems, I'm kidding. There's most recently nearby this. Most recently nearby this, you get this a conversation. Are you sure it's gonna work? Like the tolerances between the hinge and the mechanism may be too tight for it to function. Do we need to increase it by like a millimeter or something to make sure that it'll work? It sounds like it's a discussion between two engineers drafting something to be made.
I want to know if they're talking about the weapon. Okay, I'm gonna say, what strong emotions have been most recently nearby this? Because I'm hoping this will give me some clues.
So most recently nearby this, you get two emotions. One, it's a bit fainter, it's fuzzier. It's just tired frustration, that kind of grind of pounding your head against something that doesn't seem to be working. And then elation. Whatever they were working on, they succeeded.
That's not good.
Bravo, have you gotten anything?
They were working on some project. They succeeded in it. They printed it off and they sent it somewhere. But I can't get in. I can't get into the computer.
There's no like buttons you can press to just like reprint.
Not when it's not logged in. We don't have a lot of time. It's a choice. I mean, either we move on or I try to interface directly.
Do you think you can get in if we have a couple more minutes? Or do you think we should?
I think I can, but you know what? Forget it. I can't run from this half of me forever. I start looking for wires that I can use to plug into my head.
Oh, there are plenty of wires in this room.
All right, I'm going in.
Alrighty.
Does Dice have any lingering feelings from the psychic maelstrom on which direction Rex is, or has that faded by now?
I mean, the answer still stands. You need to look north, not south.
Okay.
Yeah, north didn't change directions.
Well, where I changed in the where I'm in the building did.
Well, I mean,
North
like
is still
also
the same.
like north is still the same. Originally, y'all were gonna look at the room that was the farthest south for Rex.
Yeah.
And you were told go
Yeah.
north. So
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
what would this be?
I take something out of my pocket. It's a little plug that's compatible with my head, but it's like cut off at the end. And then I take the wires that are compatible into the computer and I start working them together in a way that works. I say this is a person who is not good with technology, who's playing a character who is good with technology. I do the thing and I make it work.
More or less, it
This
sounds
is-
like you're converting like a Molex or like a VGA style like adapter connector to like USB.
He's rewiring the firewire and rebooting the boot.
All I know is that I need to access the mainframe.
While Bravo is doing his thing, Dice is gonna go up to. I need to look at the picture again. She's gonna go like kind of in between both doors and just kind of keep an ear out to see if she can start hearing anything while he's doing his thing.
Okay.
So this is the kind of thing that would be a workspace move, but I do not have my full workspace with me.
Yes.
But if you want to look at the stipulations that you can put on for workspace, that might be good. But
Okay. Here's here's what's gonna be. Okay, so Bravo. To interface with this computer successfully, I'm gonna need you to do. So you're gonna have to act under fire, and once you get
Okay.
in, you will be dead to the world. You're sacrificing
Okay.
one sense of sensory senses. You're sacrificing your physical senses to gain the computer senses until you decide to leave the computer.
all right, well, I'm pretty sure that Tron is technically a dystopia, so let's do this.
Oh, it's not technically. It totally
Going
is.
in. Act under fire. Thank goodness I replaced that with weird, because that puts a 7 up to a 10.
Okay. What does it look like as you get into the computer?
As I reach the plug up towards my head, I say, well, see you in a minute. Clunk. And then everything just goes black instantly. And my senses start coming in as I see little specks of light in a grid. And the specks expand outward as squares until they fill. And I'm floating. I can't see my body. I'm floating in a pure blue void. Okay. Hello there. I need to get in.
And the void stares back.
Yeah. All right. Here's the thing. It's been a while since I've hooked up to a computer, and it's not ever been this tight. So I think we're both new to this.
As you continue to interface deeper and deeper, things start to become clearer, and this blue void begins to it takes a little bit of shape, and you see a rectangle form before you.
Oh.
And the rectangle,
okay.
It starts with these mondo pixels, of various colors, and they start to res up as the pixels get smaller and smaller, and the picture becomes clearer and clearer. And before you see the crisp, clean desktop of Windows Vista.
Oh man.